Today our topic is introduction to third-party logistics. So let's talk about briefly that what is third-party logistic is in a supply chain. So logistic is kind of a very uh, old business function of a business, and it is the first one which was outsourced in shape of transportation. So let's see that how it evolved from saying just moving of goods from manufacturing to the and customers. So other function was added into logistic and outsourced. Uh, Third-party logistic is the same terms as we talk about outsourcing of logistic or creating alliances among the logistics or contract logistics and contract distributions. So these all terminology have been used interchangeably to describe organizational practice for contracting out part or all logistic activities. Those were previously done or performed in the in-house. So these are the few of the functions which our organization started to outsource to outside of their organization, which they used to perform themselves, uh, and they were concentrating on their main function or main business to have for better efficiency or better service to their customers. So before talking about the third-party logistics, let's see why it is called third-party logistic. What about the first-party logistic and the second-party logistic? So as you can see in a figure in the picture in a slide that anyone having goods moved from their place of origin to their new place is considered to be the first party logistic provider. So like I told you in the beginning that it is happening since long time that people are moving goods from one place to another one. So usually these logistic activities come in the first party logistic functions. So just moving the goods from manufacturer to market. Then it is second party logistic. A second party logistic provider is an asset-based carrier which actually owns the means of transportation. Typical second-party logistic would be shipping lines which owns, lease or charter their ships, airlines which own, lease or charter their plans and trucks, companies which own or lease their trucks. So this is the second part or second layer of the logistics. So uh, now we will talk about the third-party logistic, where manufacturer, transportation, and then is a warehousing or third-party facilities, and then transportation, and then to reach to the customer's business or home. So this is the addition of things to just the transportation. After seeing the picture for the third party logistic, let's have the definition of third party logistic. Basically, it is outsourcing of all or much of the company's logistic operation to a specialized company. So third party logistic providers are usually a firm which provides multiple logistic services for use by customer. Preferably these services are integrated or bundled together by the provider. These firms facilitate the movement of the parts and material from supplier to manufacturer and finished products from manufacturer to distributor and the retailers. So like we have seen in the picture, goods are going from manufacturer to warehouses or DCs, and then from DCs to they go to the retailer or to the end customers. So among these services they are providing are number one, transportation, warehousing, cross-docking, inventory management, packaging, and freight forwarding. So these are the few of the services which are provided by the third-party logistic providers. So we can outsource transportation, warehousing, loading, unloading, inventory managing, packaging, or sometimes it's called pick packing, and then freight forwarding. So like from first party to second party and then third party, logistic is evolved. So this is the evolution of the third party. So in 80s, many transportation and warehousing firms developed into third party providers. In the early 90s, firms that specialize in express parcel deliveries entered into the market. In the late 90s, and companies originally specializing in financial services, IT services, and management consulting entered the market by developing competence in information system and supply chain planning. So these are basically from transportation and warehousing, they went to the specialized deliveries or parcel deliveries, and then they added the financial services, IT, information technology, consulting, and competencies of like information technology used in the shipping or in the transportation, and then lately they entered into the total supply chain management. Uh, the next question is why we do want third party logistic. What is the importance and what is the necessity of? So what they do, like I highlighted few of the words. So providing better quality service, since they are specialized in that particular field, they are providing better, efficient and effective service. Then limiting investment opportunities. So since we are not doing this in-house, so we don't do the investment like transportation or buying IT systems or renting or leasing or buying warehouse places. So these are all things are saving us a lot of investment. Then and this also cost reduction and plus the cost control is there. So sometime we lose our control there, but cost reduction is a trade-off, is a heavy cost reduction, since due to their economy of scales or specialization, and their learning curve is so higher. So they are doing they are doing the same activity less than what we are doing. With we don't have any longer liability, like I already explained you in the investment things. So then political concentration, sometime we don't want to go into another country or global, so we just outsource our third party logistic for all these activities. Then focus on the core competencies. So it is the new thing is that we do the things which you can do the best, so give the rest of the things the other people who can do the best for you. So then it increasing accuracy of customer demand, because they are specialized in that thing. Then excellent customer service, because this is their main thing, is to provide the customer service. And then time compression, mean in less time they can do more work for us, and and plus we will doing our job which we are have a specialty, so let the other people do the things. So these are some of the things are in the picture, that avoid that quality things and cut cost and increase flexibility and focus on core business, improve services, lack of scale, and acquired talent, and avoid labor problem. So also, since we are also outsourcing human resource, so we are just concentrating on our main. If we are manufacturer, we are doing manufacturing. If we are trade, so we are doing the things which is our core function. So we give rest of the thing to other people who are, for example, accounting firm is in specialized in accounting, staffing companies is a good in that hiring and training people. For this reason, we are not using a lot of money in our business, so we can start business with less money while we are outsourcing to the third party logistic providers. Uh, the next is the types of 3PL providers. 3PLs are external suppliers that perform all or part of the company's logistic functions, including transportation, warehousing, distribution, financial services, IT services. Terms contract, logistic, and outsourcing are the sometimes used in the place of 3PL. So transportation based activities are went beyond, extended beyond the transportation to offer a comprehensive set of logistic offering. Then warehouse and distribution based are many, but all have not all of have former warehousing and distribution experience. So these kind of companies are providing warehousing and distribution and transport, and transition to integrated logistic has been less complex than for the transportation based providers. So next is the forwarder based. So these are the different providers. One is the transportation based. Their main job or main function is transportation. Then the next one is the warehouse and the distribution based, and the third one is the forward, essentially very independent middleman extending forwarding roles, non-asset owner that capable providing a wide range of logistic services. They are like brokers. So these are few of then few of them providers are financial based, so provide freight payments, auditing, cost accounting, and control and tools for monitoring, booking, tracking, tracing, and managing inventory. So the next one is, which is very important now, is becoming information based. So significantly growth and development in this alternative category of internet based business to business electronic markets for transportation and logistics services. So these are the few of the different function based 3PL providers which provide the services to us. Here in this slide, I put together a few of the services offered by third-party logistic provider, like we have already discussed most of them: warehouse management, transportation, dispatching, delivery documentation, custom documentation, assembly, packaging, returns, labeling, stock accounting, order planning and processing, IT management, invoicing, and the payment collection. So these are all services we can outsource to a third-party logistic provider. A typical 3PL contract includes contract terms, number of the years, cost per activity. So we chalk out is if per human hour or activities, how much they will going to charge us. If warehouse is a per square feet, per label, or something like that. Service or activity description, service level, what kind of service level they are going to provide us, and the bonus payment for excellent performance, penalty caused for service failure, or not doing on the properly or on the proper time, allocation of roles and responsibility, risk and insurance cost, and contract termination clauses. So when you are writing a contract, please keep in all these things in mind when you are doing a contract with third party logistic providers. It will be not, this presentation cannot be completed unless we will not talk about the advantages and disadvantages of the 3PL, because every strategy has advantages and they have a downsides as well. So like we have already discussed is cost reduction, improve efficiency, service and flexibility, focus on you can focus on core competency, freeing up resources, elimination of infrastructure resources, and then risk sharing and better cash flow and access to resources not available at one's own organization. So these are the some of the advantages when we go outsource our function or our activities. So then the disadvantages is loss of control over logistic function. Yeah, it is not as flexible as we have to be planned very good to take the advantages of this third party. Impact on in-house workforce. Yeah, we have to reduce the workforce in-house, and it is not very good motivation for the people who are already working for us. More distance from clients, loss of personal touch. Yeah, when you are handling over even your customer service to third party, so you are losing a direct touch with your customer. Discontinuity of service of a 3PL provider. Yeah, sometimes they go out of business, so then you have a big issue. The differences of opinion or perception of the service level of the 3PL provider. Yeah, so it is very important that these service provider you should be on the same page for all your philosophy and their philosophy should be same. So it is sometimes a lack of coordination or lack of at different pages or different perception about the thing. So it's very important that to get the advantage of you will be on the same page. You all will be on the same page. Last but not the least is the third party providers in e-commerce. Since the boom in the e-commerce, the third party providers have the role of it becoming more and more important. So manufacturer, distributor, retailers, so you get the order and then you provide them, and the whole of the operation is done by the third party logistic providers. And you are just, sometimes you are not even manufacturer, you are not even distributor, you may be just retailer, or maybe you are not a retailer in a brick side, you are just a web retailer. So all your activities are done by the third party logistic providers. So this is the, as we are going on web-based businesses, the importance and the role and the share of the third-party logistic providers are becoming more and more important. So please, if you have any, this was just a brief a brief presentation or explanation or introduction to the third party logistic for the student or for the people who are just entered into the third party logistic arena. So please, if let me know if you have any question, and I hope you enjoy this and you have learned a few things from my presentation. So take care.